Welcome.
Hey guys. So, Ty?
Yep.
Mo. This is TyMo's Horror Corner.
The very, very first recording, first video, first everything.
Inaugural episode, if you will.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
It's very fitting. It's 11:03 p.m. here on the East Coast. And we are in the mood for some scary stories.
I mean, when are we not, though?
True.
So, first up, we asked for submissions, anything like that, on like Reddit, TikTok, all the good things. So we are going to start our podcast for the very first time with a story by The Last Something on Reddit, and it is called A Devil at the Door.
Go for it.
Alex was dragged out of his drunken stupor by a loud, persistent knocking at his door. Head pounding, Alex opened the door to be greeted by a short, pudgy man in a charcoal suit holding a briefcase. "Good morning, Mr. Moreland," the man said, holding out his hand. "It's a pleasure to meet you on such a fine day." He smiled, displaying a row of crooked teeth. Alex squinted to the daylight burning his eyes. "I'm not buying whatever you're selling. Go away, or I'm coming back with my gun." He slammed the door, but it bounced off the man's foot with a harsh thud. "You don't own a gun, Mr. Moreland. We checked," the man said, still smiling. "I seem to have caught you at a bad time. This should help." He snapped his fingers. Instantly, the pounding in Alex's head stopped, and the light seemed to dim. "How do you do that?" he asked in disbelief. "Curing your hangover is the least of what I have to offer," the man said, gesturing inside. "Please, let's sit." Alex stepped aside as the man entered his home and took a seat at the small table in the kitchen. The man laid his briefcase on the table, and Alex sat across from him. "You haven't done much with your life," the man began. "No family, no friends, and no job. Oh, you also have no money. The bank will take your house soon. Your life is a mess." The man opened his briefcase, pulled out a brochure, and handed it to Alex. "I don't get it," Alex said, puzzling over the document. "You're trying to sell me a condo?" "That's right, Mr. Moreland. Those condominiums are part of the new afterlife packages we are proud to offer. A unit just like those pictured here could be yours for eternity, all for the low, low price of one simple murder-suicide." Alex looked up from the pictures of a pool and a sauna. "You can't be serious." "It's a simple transaction, Mr. Moreland," the man explained. "You do this, and you earn a secured, guaranteed place in hell with all the amenities included." Alex briefly looked up from the brochure, then continued to read about the complimentary laundry service. "Just kill somebody and then off myself, huh?" "That's right," the man nodded. "It can be anybody of your choosing. We'll provide some local selections if you wish, as well as some other assistance." The man retrieved a handgun from his briefcase and set it on the table. Alex looked at the gun, thinking about his last boss who fired him over nothing. He thought about the man from the bank who was going to take away his home. All the people who had wronged him, who had caused his life to turn out like this. "Only one person?" he asked. The man grinned. "We do offer luxury packages." "Do you have a brochure for those?" Alex asked. "And maybe a bigger gun?" That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Bravo, bravo.
Yeah, so that was from The Last Something on Reddit. We did get permission from that user to go ahead and use any of their stories. If you have stories you want to submit, let us know. You can decide if you want to remain anonymous, if you want your name read, or username, however you want it. We want to give you credit if you want that credit. We don't want to steal anybody's stories,
right,
and not give that person due credit.
Unless you want to stay anonymous, which by all means, if you want to.
We would just preface it as this user submitted a story who wishes to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
We would never say we wrote this or whatever. We will give at least some form of credit to the fact that it is not our own story.
Right.
Would you like to go with one?
Which one sounds good?
Do you want to go for something shorter? Do you want to do a series? We got a couple series that we've done.
Let's start with a shorter one since it's the first episode.
Okay,
Kind
go ahead and
of
pick
reel
one.
people in.
Yeah, go ahead and pick one.
Which one?
I think those first couple ones are the shorter ones, if I remember correctly.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This one is from someone who chooses to remain anonymous. It happens. Anyway, it's called The Mirror in Stall 3. Maya had never believed the stories about the old theater's bathroom. The one with the flickering light and the mirror that always seemed too foggy even when it wasn't cold. Her friends warned her not to go alone, but she laughed it off and went anyway. The hallway was quiet. Too quiet. Except for the hum of the fluorescent bulb above her. The bathroom door creaked open, slow and heavy, as if reluctant to let her in. Inside, the air was thick, almost wet. The light above the stalls buzzed, dimming every few seconds. She picked the third stall. Halfway through, she heard it. Breathing. Not hers. Not human.
Mm-mm.
She froze. The sound came from the stall next to her. A slow, wet inhale. Then a low whisper. Do you see me? Her heart slammed against her ribs. She bent down to look under the stall. Nothing. No shoes, no shadow. But when she sat up, the whisper came again. Closer. Look. The mirror over the sinks rattled. Maya stepped out slowly, her reflection rippling like disturbed water. Her reflection smiled, but she didn't. It lifted its hand first, its eyes black and wide like pools of ink. Then it stepped out of the mirror. They found Maya's phone later, still recording on the counter. The last thing the video caught was her whispering, voice trembling and distant. Now I know why girls go to the bathroom in groups.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
You might not come back.
Yeah. That's why you go with a buddy.
Buddy system.
Yes.
What now? You got a couple. Oh, wait.
Yeah, they're on there.
Yeah, they're on there. Here.
Ooh, that one was good. How about that one?
Okay.
I just.
We'll figure this out eventually.
Yeah.
But for right now, this is how it's going to be.
Yeah. Us just hanging out in our living room.
And you're going to get commentary because why not?
And the occasional dog might enter the video
Yeah.
because they like that couch.
And they like us.
Well, you know that too. All right. So this one is also an anonymous submission. It is called Level 0. Liam found the game at a flea market. A cracked cartridge labeled only Noctis. The seller smiled too wide when Liam handed over $5. That night, he blew the dust from the cartridge and slid it into his old console. The startup screen flickered, showing pixelated eyes staring back at him. Then a distorted title theme played backward. The game began in a dim hallway. No instructions, no HUD, just a small figure holding a flickering lantern. The only door led deeper underground. Each level grew stranger. Whispers bled through the TV speakers. Sometimes they formed words. His name, his address. When he paused the game, it didn't freeze. The character would keep breathing, turning slowly to face the screen. On level 6, the lantern went out. The screen went black for a moment, then flashed to show Liam's own living room, rendered perfectly in the game's blocky graphics. The figure moved toward the pixelated version of his couch. Liam's real controller vibrated violently. Then, in the game, the figure stopped moving. The camera turned on its own, facing something just out of view. A door opening. A whisper came through the speakers, clear this time. Next level unlocked. From the hallway behind him, Liam heard the unmistakable click of his own doorknob turning.
No.
You don't want to play a haunted video game?
No.
But you love video games.
I do love video games, but not haunted video
Not one that might murder you?
No. Well, not in real life anyway.
Well, yeah. Would you like to do any more tonight?
How about, let's do one more from our good friend.
From the last something.
What do you think?
Okay, go for it.
All right. So this one, last one for the night, is going to be entitled Charlie's Losing It. Charlie thought he was going insane. He could ignore the little things, like his keys constantly being misplaced, or his phone's battery verging on death in the morning, despite being sure he had plugged it in the night before. We do that a lot. Anyway, no. Finding his door already unlocked when he left for work was more concerning. He could convince himself that he was just being extra forgetful lately, until a phone call from his friend Dave one Sunday afternoon made any excuses impossible. "Hey man," Dave began. "You make it home last night?" "What?" Charlie asked. He had stayed in the night before, wasting a Saturday smoking pot and playing video games. That sounds like a fun night. Anyway. After the bar, we threw your drunk ass in an Uber and hoped for the best. Tom was worried you didn't make it home. You wouldn't make it home inside. Make it home inside, whatever. I can read. He kept saying you're probably passed out on the sidewalk, sleeping in your own puke, Dave explained with a hoarse laugh. Charlie was quiet. Maybe he'd gotten so drunk that he blacked out the entire night, with his booze-soaked brain filling in the gaps with an imagined lazy evening. He could almost believe it, but a night like that would surely come with a horrendous hangover, and he felt fine.
Never had a hangover.
Lucky duck. "You there?" Dave asked. "Oh yeah," Charlie mumbled. "Sorry, I'm still out of it. I don't remember getting home, but I woke up in my bed." Good. Just chug some water and you'll be fine," Dave advised. "I'll send you that picture from last night." Charlie tried to ask about the picture, but Dave had already hung up. A few minutes later, his phone buzzed and there was the picture. It was him sitting at a bar, visibly drunk, and wearing a bright pink cowboy hat. His arm was wrapped around the shoulder of a woman he didn't recognize. Charlie could no longer make excuses for his crumbling sanity. On advice from the internet, he bought a carbon monoxide detector, hoping he was just being poisoned. He tested every inch of his apartment. The detector didn't make a beep. I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Charlie would call his doctor in the morning. Maybe this could be fixed with just medication and not institutionalization. Before bed, he double-checked everything. His keys were on the table by the door. The door was indeed locked. He plugged his phone in, jiggling the charger just to make sure it wasn't loose. He fell asleep, worrying about what would be amiss when he woke. Charlie was startled awake by a weight on his chest and a hand tightly covering his mouth. In the dim light of the morning, he could see his attacker. It was himself. "You have a nice life," the other Charlie says, "but I can live it better than you." Charlie stared at himself, too shocked to fight. He didn't even see the knife before it plunged into his neck. His vision faded quickly, and the last thing he saw was his own face, smiling down at him.
Could you imagine your death being attributed as a murder, but technically it's suicide because it was yourself?
I don't even know how they would score that.
Like, you probably should have been institutionalized.
Like me, myself? Probably. Like, on many occasions.
We word very well.
I promise at some point I will make words that are words and not just rambles.
This is the thing. With us, you're going to get the raw stumbling over words because it's what happens. That's our real life. That's factual for us. We will interrupt a story to comment on it, especially if it's something gross. I'll be like, ooh.
I refuse to read any stories about saliva.
No, not after that one. No.
Ugh.
No.
We had a horror story. Well, it wasn't really. We were listening to a true crime story. Yeah, it was a true crime story about a medicine man in India.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name, but he...
No. Okay, you're done. You can't.
I don't remember his name. I can't remember
I
his
can't
name.
remember it either, but there was spit happening where it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Let's just... It was
I don't know.
gross.
He thought that saliva would make him, like, immortal, and made it a mission to consume as much as possible. And the second we heard that, we both started dry heaving.
We immediately turned the episode.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. So we are highly inspired by anything spooky.
All the spooks.
All the spooks. Horror is clearly our favorite genre.
Yeah.
We do enjoy listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
We listen to Shelby.
Yeah.
Every
Fun
day.
fact. A little bit of a shout out to Shelby Scott, I think is the last name.
Yep.
From Scary to Sleep. She is the one that, well, she is one of the podcasts that I listened to start out and gave me the idea to kind of do this with my beautiful wife.
Yeah, we're easily inspired by things we listen to.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the fact that I listen to a lot of podcasts about serial killers, I'm not inspired by those.
I'd be the first one gone. Let's admit it.
I admit to nothing.
So if I ever go missing...
So this is what you get. We hope you guys come back, please. We'll post things on Spotify. The video recordings of the podcast will go on YouTube. We'll post short stories on TikTok. We do have a TikTok. It's at TyMo Horror Corner.
Or eventually the video quality will get better once we figure out what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, because currently we're recording on an iPhone. So,
Yeah.
But like, shout out to iPhone because
It's a pretty good camera.
my flip phone.
Could never.
No.
Oh my god, could you imagine doing this on an old school Razor?
No. I cannot. But we want to hear your stories. We want you to send us stuff. So we do have an email address. It's tymohorrorcorner@gmail.com. Feel free to send us any horror stories you have, whether it's one that you found in a book somewhere, in like an anthology series.
Or we're not only doing fictional stories. We want to do real paranormal stories.
We want to hear this shit really happened to me stories.
Because we have quite a few of those on our own.
Oh yeah, we have a ghost friend. We'll go into her a little bit more in depth later. But we have a ghost friend who has moved several states with us.
Shout out to Francis.
Shout out to Francis. What's up, Francis?
Mm.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up for tonight? Because it's almost 11:30 and we got to be up at like 6.
Gross.
Yep.
I think that is it.
All right. Well, follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Same username everywhere. TyMo Horror Corner.
Yep.
Send us your submissions via email. You can send them to us on Reddit. Also, TyMo Horror Corner.
Kind of a theme, you know.
A thing. Yeah, a thing.
TyMo. TyMo.
This is our horror corner.
Ha.
You like that?
Nope, that was
She
funny.
get a really cool background.
Or we could just freaking superimpose it in like green screen.
I'd rather actually have something hanging there that I can look at all the time.
Good lord.
Spooky. Can I get a Ouija board one?
No. Francis doesn't need friends.
He won't let me have a Ouija board.
Francis doesn't need friends.
It doesn't help that I have a planchette tattooed on my foot, and he's already scared that I'm going to summon things when I walk on him.
Francis doesn't need friends.
Whatever. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up. We will work on our goal is
One a week.
one a week. That way, because we need time to edit, work, live our life. We're also full-time culinary students, so homework has to happen too. So
Yeah, but the benefit of being a culinary student,
you get to eat your homework.
Yeah.
And if it's something that neither one of us will eat, but the dogs can eat, we literally can say, "I'm sorry, my dog ate my meat." Just saying.
Fucking vacuum cleaners.
They really are. They really are. We'll have to introduce them sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're currently asleep.
Yep.
So that's it. All right. We will see everybody's beautiful faces later.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Stay spooky.